Once we carried out, there is no looking back. By saying this wonderful ideology of Lord Ram, I want to share a very delightful good afternoon to everyone present over here. I am Riya Bhadra from BCom 6 SEM standing in front of you to deliver my presentation on the topic of how Indian mythology influences our business ethics world. Firstly, for me, the portion is being allotted is Ramayana. Now, we all know that Ramayana is a Hindu epic which is written in a poetic form wherein we learn a lot about values, love, life, dharma, and a lot more. It is a book which is written by Valmiki, which inspired us to become a great individual. It helps us to navigate all the challenges, day-to-day challenges, complexity, whichever we face in our day-to-day life. So let's move to the next slide. So these are the few ideology that I have grabbed from Ramayana, I feel that influence our business ethics worlds. Number one is power of dharma. Dharma is choosing up the right path. That all you do is to choose the right path. We all know that what is right or wrong is something which is being taught to us from very beginning of our life. Moral science, right? Since it's been taught to us, still we do some mistakes, still we choose the wrong path. Why? It's because sometimes our desire just overlaps our intellectuals. That's why we choose wrong path, which is actually wrong. Our Ramayana vividly focuses on choosing us to choose a right path even if the situation is difficult. We are supposed to choose always the right path, and choosing the right path is very much important because it not help us just to get a clarity but also help us to have a peaceful life so that we know okay it's wrong and we should not do that. Second one is and I feel because of these, if we choose the dharma in our day-to-day business world, it will in the same manner will influences our business cycle, because we all know that wrong path always lead to destruction. If you choose unfair business practice in your organization, it's true that one day you have to pay for that sooner or later. Second one is ethical code and integrity. Ethical code is like a set of principles or the behavior that we adopt in our lifestyle. And integrity is something like doing the right thing even if no one is watching to you. We have seen in Ramayana the character of Lord Ram that he has always a set of principles that influences him to always choose a righteous path. Right? The way he, being a leader to each and every circumstances, he ensured that not just his ideology influences him, but at the same time influences his followers as well. So, being in an organization, if there is a leader, we can adopt this principle that in a business, the ethical code should be built up, and that same to be followed by all the employees who is working over the organization. Third one is perseverance and reliance. So basically, perseverance means just to remain persistent, just to remain continue even if your goal is lot more difficult. And resilience means just to adapt as per the circumstances. Sometimes things doesn't seem as easy as it looks, but we need to adapt ourselves to get into that circumstances. You know, the character of the Lord Ram has taught us that you should always remain persistent to your goal even if the path is difficult. The way he changes his every strategy plan as per the circumstances is that same could be adapted in an organization. The way a leader or all the top level managers can adopt the ideology of remaining consistent on whatever the goal that they just target, they maintain up and just going to the same path. The next one is emotional intelligence and relationship building. For a leader, it's very important to be emotionally attached to their workers, because if you are working for a single goal, you need that all your followers or the fellows that following you need to do the same as per the goal, so that the goal could be achieved. The way Lord Ram not just influenced by his own ideology, he at the same time made everyone who was part of his troop to adopt the same ideology, that to choose the right path and just focus and continue hard work to the goal. Next one is sacrifice. The character of Lord Ram has always taught us sacrifices is a kind of thing which is very required by a leader. If you are a leader, you need to be unbiased. You need to ensure that your fellow feeling doesn't influence the decision that you make. The time when Lord Ram has to leave his royal life life and go back to the forest for exile just to keep the promise of his father. The time when Lord Sita was being questioned for her character, even that time he doesn't choose his self-interest at the time, where stand by being a leader and a king to ensure that all his fellows, all his citizens doesn't get influenced just by his own interest. That's all. Thank you. Over to Mansi.
No one who does a good work will ever come to a bad end, either here or in the world to come. By saying this wonderful quote of Bhagavad Gita, I would like to introduce myself. I am Susmita Singh from BCom 6th Sem, and I am here to present the presentation on business ethics. It was given by Rakesh Nand sir, and this topic revolves around how Indian ethos has contributed in business ethics. So the agenda for today is introduction, why implement ethics, Mahabharata, Ramayana and Chanakya Niti, which are the Vedas we will be covering today. So business ethics is like a compass for a company guiding them to make a good decision. It is a set of principles that defines how business should interact with its customers, societies, environment, etc. It's about doing the right thing by everyone involved and not just about making a quick buck. So first of all, why implement ethics? Why are ethics important for business? So first point is stronger reputation and trust. Customers choose always who they trust. Ethics builds loyalty. And if we follow ethics, we can generate more profit by earning the trust and loyalty of customers. We can get retention from customers, and people buy from companies that believe in. Less risks. Clear rules set by the company can prevent costly mistakes and legal troubles. Happy employees. Ethics create a positive environment, and when you follow ethics, every employees can cooperate properly among them, and it also boosts morale. Follow the law. Ethics helps ensure you are operating legally. So the way that I will be covering today is the Mahabharata. Mahabharata is just dusty old story. It's alive and well in Indian culture. By looking at these themes and the characters, Indian can learn a lot about their morals and implement them in business ethics, how their society is organized, and even the art they create. So here's the breakdown. Do the right thing even when it's hard. Everyone knows Pandavas were the legal heirs of the kingdom, and Kauravas were very greedy cousins. They wouldn't like to share anything with the Pandavas. And even in exile, Pandavas stuck to their dharma and did what was right. Similarly, it translates to business. Like if someone is offering you cheap product, you would get attracted, but on the other hand, you know that it might be made unethically. So if we follow our dharma, it leads to finding another supplier, even if it costs you more. Another point is be a leader who inspires. Yudhishthir. Yudhishthir was the eldest brother, and he was known for his honesty and fairness. So in business also, we should always be honest and fair and be a leader. We should be a leader. Our employees can trust us and make good decisions even when the situations are hard. This point is teamwork makes the dream work. So Pandavas have both strengths and weaknesses, but together they were unstoppable. Arjuna, the mighty archer, wouldn't have won the war without his brother Krishna. So building a strong team is very important when it comes to ethics or businesses. You should know what are the strengths and weaknesses and come together so it can build a strong team. Next one is be ready to adapt and strategize. Lord Krishna was the wise advisor, used clear strategies to overcome impossible situations. Likewise, in the business world also, market keeps changing, so you need to be wise and use clear strategy to overcome the situation. Last one is finding the balance. So Pandavas were all about ideal and justice, and the Kauravas were practical and willing to bend the rules. So in business ethics, you should not only be ideal, you should not only stuck with idealistic and practical. You have to combine both the things. You also need to be ideal and you also need to be practical when the situations are different. So this is how our Indian ethos are teaching us ethics which can be implemented in business. It teaches us to be practical, follow the fairness and honesty, and make a good team which can lead you to success. Thank you.
The fragrance of flowers is sprayed to the direction of winds, but the fragrance and beauty of person is spread around all the directions. So this beautiful quote is derived by the great personality called Chanakya. I am Anshi Srivastava from BCom 6M, and here I am to present the topic, the Chanakya Niti. So let's start the ideas of Chanakya. The first one is Vasudeva Kutumbakam, which means accepting the whole world as one of one's family. Means what? There should not be the someone's relative, someone's family. There should always be a one family, one world, one family. Whose primarily it is the goal of Narendra Modi also to focus on the term Vasudeva Kutumbakam, where we accepting the whole world as one and one's family. Nation exists not for the welfare of the citizen, but it's also for the whole world. The second one is Samparna Bhav, means dedication. There should be dedication of the king as well as the employees in the business ethics, so that in any organization there should be the same goal of the employees as well as the main owner of the firm. So it should be vigilance is dangerous, means there's not be the harmful things for only one or others that can harm even the one who is holding on it. The third one is Lok Sangra. Lok Sangra means welfare of all beings. Means when we live in our society, then there should be welfare of all the employees, the king, and also all the citizens of the public, all the citizens of the country and whole of the world. So so it will be the welfare of all beings. King shall perform his respective duties. Means what? There not should be only employees are working. It should be the king as well as the employees. Both are working in the same direction. The third one is keep up his personal discipline by receiving the lesson in wisdom. The next Chanakya Niti is Nishkama Karma, means what? Deeds without greed. There should not be any greed in any intellectual profit. We can say there should be deeds without greed. A king by overthrowing the enemy's anger, greed, vanity, and overjoy. The last one is Shubh, means there should be an ethical profit. Means the profit is the key objective of any organization, any business. So the key economic objective is the king has to be observed. Means businessman has to be observed, enjoying an equal degree of the three pursuits of life: charity, wealth, and desire, which are interdependent on each other. The last one is the term Chanakya here is that wealth is important as desire and charity, but that this is possible only by wealth of their own knowledge. So our team has described all the Vedas and its importance in the business ethics as well as in our entire life. So these are all the Vedas which help us in business ethics as well as our entire life, which helps us to make an ethical person, and which helps us to understand the importance of business.